All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to start this lesson by giving all praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham Chakudash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who taught us this truth and who also rule well. Shalom to all you Achim in this truth and sincerity, starting with the 144,000 and the 1/3 of the nation of Israel, which we are fighting to be a part of. This is the brother Chabar Yakal, and I'm coming to you with a Godspeed and Lord willing to be edifying. Now, this topic that I'm going to do is the title is the cities shall be troubled, Jacob's trouble. All right, because the scripture speaks about a time of great tribulation. You can read about that in Matthew 24, and that's the time when all hell breaks loose. That's judgment day, so to speak. So I'm gonna just jump right into it. This is Second Ezra, chapter 15 and verse. I start at 14. It says, "Woe to the world and them that dwell therein." Now the word "woe" means destruction. So Ezra is saying destruction unto the world and those that dwell in it. It says, "For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands." Now this is talking about civil unrest. People kicking in their neighbors' doors. With Glocks or whatever weapons they got. Because a sword is just a weapon. That's saying. A sword is just a weapon, So whatever various weapons these people got, they're gonna take up arms and fight against each other. It says, "For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power." Meaning, sedition is an uprising against the government. So people are gonna literally be coming up against the government. I don't care what Trump got to say. I don't care what the governor got to say. Oh, they say go to the nearest concentration camp. I'm not doing it. People are gonna just do whatever they want, which you shouldn't go to a concentration camp. You'd be wise not to, because they're gonna try to put a device in you. But it says so pretty much this is going into the collapse of Babylon the Great, which is America. The complete collapse. Verse 17, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, because they're going to block off the roads. They're going to set up military checkpoints, and Trump is already talking about using the military as a police force. He's already talking about that because he knows that what's coming. The elites already filled him in on what they're about to do. They're about to shut everything down. All right. It says, hey, and we saw a little sneak peek of that in C-19. That they had curfews. You couldn't be out too late. You had to have a certain ID. That was a trial run to get you people used to that. It says, because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. So because of these people's pride, these people are very prideful. So the Lord is going to trouble them, especially, these people in the city. This is the worst place you want to be, This is going to be like ground zero, all right? People, committing crimes, murders, like I mentioned, people kicking in their neighbors' doors, stealing their food, ravishing their women, which I'm going to get to that in Isaiah 13. But continuing on, it says, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword. Again, the sword is just whatever weapon they choose. It could be an actual sword, it could be an assault rifle, who knows? But what this is telling you, what this is telling you is that it's going to be life and death. It's going to be cutthroat. People are going to have weapons. It's going to be like Mad Max. It says, what was I at? It shall spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation, because you're not going to be able to go to your local grocery store no more. I believe, I don't remember the exact number, but there's only like a handful of Walmarts in the perimeter of Atlanta. So, and the average supermarket only has 3 days worth of supplies. So, when all hell breaks loose, again, we saw a sneak peek in C-19, the toilet paper that was cleared out. People got sent back to the spirit world for toilet paper. So how much more when the real deal goes down, when Jacob's trouble actually happens? It's going to be bad, man. I'm gonna end off with Isaiah 13. Isaiah 13 and 11. And I will punish the world for their evil and the wicked for their iniquity, because wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth. People are more wicked than any other time period. So the Lord is going to have to bring the worst time ever to judge them, to humble these people, you know, because these people are very proud. It says, I will punish the world for their evil and the wicked for their iniquity. And I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease, and will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. And how is he going to do that? By judgment, by bringing teeth of wild beasts, by bringing troops in the streets, by you know, people getting locked up, thrown in a truck and taken to a camp. He's going to humble you people, man, through hunger, all right, through apparitions, demons just manifesting and attacking people, you know, animals that no one has ever seen before. He's going to humble you people, and ultimately the nuclear missiles and the chariots, which are the so-called UFOs, which that's how we're going to get beamed up out of here, Lord willing. So, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. Once again, I'm going to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Kakwadash, Shalom.